Today, I want to show you how to use balance transfer credit card for your Amazon business. This is the same strategy that I used to start my Amazon business. So this is part two of financial literacy for new entrepreneur. I would recommend to watch part one that I posted the other day so that you understand further more about the strategy. Who would be beneficial from would be for entrepreneur who currently want to grow their business, but they may have stuck with some interest credit card, let's say 20%, and they want to buy more time for themselves. Because, for example, if you're going to pay off that credit card right away, you basically going to take your capital away from growing your business. So you don't want to do that, especially in the first year of growing your business. Okay. So let me go through a few information right here of the basic. So why balance transfer? Like I shared with you is back in 2018, I started my business, and during the growth period, I don't have enough capital. So what do? I open new credit card and I transfer my credit card debt from one card to another credit card with higher credit line, and I use it to continue to make money and take out the profit, take care of the monthly payment while growing my business and keep the cash in the business. This can be a time sensitive decision, especially for those that want to really grow and scale their business or seizing on different opportunity, especially for us right now as e-commerce. As you can see that the world is starting to gradually become more digital and people are making online purchases left and right. Right now we have about more than 50% of people shop online or Gen Z, millennial. But eventually, as the boomers generation pass, you're going to look at the next generation, 100% of them will shop online. So you want to learn this to tap into this opportunity. So this video is sponsored by amzshifu.com, where our mission is to teach entrepreneur about business. So make sure that you can check out our video description for more blog posts and how to start your online business. And for those that are new here, my name is Justin. It's good to have you here, and I do want to share with you a little bit of background about myself. I've been able to build and sell various seven-figure brands on Amazon for the past 6 years, and this is my Instagram account where I document my entire journey from where I started to where I am today, and a lot of different free learning that you'll be able to learn and get daily inspiration. The purpose of this account is to help you guys to have a realistic look about entrepreneurship, how to build a solid foundation as an Amazon seller, and build sustainable online brand. And I do want to invite you into our live training, which you can visit the link in bio right here. So basically in our free training this upcoming day, we will go over various topics that would help you build a solid foundation and exactly the same step on how I make my first $1 million on Amazon. And we do have fun prizes for the workshop winner that you can also participate in. So you can sign up via the link down in the video description, and make sure that you visit our website for different blog posts and live training. Let's go to the basic. What is balance transfer? So you basically moving existing debt from your own card with high interest rate to a new card with 0% interest. And the purpose is to reduce interest payment and consolidate your debt. And that could help you redirect fund from, let's say, instead of paying for interest rate for the bank, you're going to use it for your business or your personal. So who should be considered this strategy? For people right now with high interest debt for either the business or for personal. For people that looking to consolidate your debt right now, you have 3 different credit cards with different interest rate and different timeline. You're just going to combine everything into one card so that it saves you a lot of time and it saves you a lot of interest rate. It's going to also be for aspiring entrepreneur like myself and like for you guys who are looking to start and grow that business. I'm going to give you an example of my business, okay? So within the first 6 months of growing my business, I was borrowing from Chase. And during that time, they giving me about 0% interest. But after 12 months period, pretty much they put it back to about 22% interest rate, which I would not want to pay because let's say I borrow $10,000, right? I make a profit of buying stuff from China and sell it in the US market under my own brand. I profit about 30% every transaction. I'm not going to pay 22% interest rate to the bank because it's cut down my profit. So what do I do? So what I end up doing is I open a different credit card from a different bank, let's say Bank of America. They give me 0% interest for another 12 months. So basically what I do is I move my Chase credit card debt over to Bank of America, and now I enjoy another 12 months, and that's allow me to have 12 months runway to continue to make more profit from my business, and then I pay 0% interest. And that allow me for inventory, marketing, which lead me to growth in my business. And after years, I have more in reserve. I can easily pay off those credit card debt. But imagine if you don't use this strategy and you pay back Chase right away with your capital. Now you have limited amount of capital to start earning. So when balance transfer not be right, this applies to people who have low credit score. The first thing you need to do is fix your credit score before you start using this strategy, okay? And for the people that don't have a clear repayment plan, for you to start a business, you need to have a plan. For an entrepreneur who don't have a plan, they are not an entrepreneur. They are just a wanderer, okay? So have a clear plan. I'm gonna give an example. I'm gonna start my business. I borrow $10,000 in the next 12 months, and every month I'm profit about 20%. So every month I would pocket about $2,000, right? So in the end of 12 months, I would have about $24,000 in profit. And now what I can do is I can pay off the debt, which is $10,000, and I can still keep about $12,000 in profit left. Okay? And you want to continue to grow your business. You want to keep your cash within the business. Now you can do is you can transfer the balance to a new card so that you can enjoy having another 12 months and your capital is still maintained with $10,000 that you borrow initially with the $24,000 worth of profit. So now you have $36,000 to play around with the growth of 20% every single year. Okay. So if you don't have a plan in mind, this balance transfer would not be for you. And for our student inside of our program, we always make sure that they understand and plan out very clearly about their game plan so that they don't get stuck in this situation. These strategies work best for those that have long-term financial plan and business goals. So at least 1 to 2 years, okay? Don't plan out 3 months or 6 months. Plan at least 12 months minimum. So the cost of doing business, right? So for balance transfer, when you move from a 0% interest that about to expire to a new card, there's going to be a transactional fee, okay? So usually range about 3 to 5% of transfer balance. Let's say I have my Chase card that I borrowed $10,000. I'm going to move it to Bank of America. So what of the requirement is I have to pay 3% fee, which is about $300 to move the debt over. But if you look at the flip side, it's still better than paying about 19% plus for Chase after that promotional period over, right? Some way, somewhat you will pay the bank, but remember, we always look at the upside of the profitability that we can make and how much we can save if we use this strategy. And remember, this is a one-time fee. Meanwhile, if you were to stay with that credit card, you would have, like let's say Chase, you would have to pay ongoing monthly payment. Okay. So when you do transfer fee, it's predictable. And for if you were to stuck with Chase, it's compound over time. So make sure that you know the length of your credit card period of time. So these are some of the actionable items for you is number 1, evaluate your debt. So I want you to list out your list of credit cards. So write down the list of credit cards that you have right now and the current interest rate that you have on them. So do it right now as you have time. I want you to write that down. Take action as we go so that it's easier to move along. You can pause this video, but once you finish write down the list of credit card and the interest rate, now I want you to determine how much could you save if you were to transfer the balance to a 0% interest card. You can pause this video and take this action. We're going to move on to consider business impact, okay? So I want you to estimate how redirecting these savings could benefit your own business. And in this case, is Amazon business. All right, so Now we're going to move to tip for approval, because not always you will get approved. So I would avoid using the same bank application. So let's say right now, if I have Chase as my creditor with $10,000 in line of credit, right? That I already used. I would go ahead and open with Bank of America rather than just Chase, because now Chase, they know that I borrow 10,000. If I borrow more, it's considered as high risk, and they would not lend me more money. So go with Bank of America, different bank when it comes to using this strategy, so that you can increase your chance of approval. Number 2, manage your credit utilization. Keep your credit utilization low so that you can improve chances of success. And usually the bank, they will look into your personal line of credit. So what I would recommend is, right now you have a few credit card that you want to lower your debt, right? So that when you apply for Bank of America, they would look into your personal to determine how much they would lend you money. And 3 is, make sure that you check your credit report and review your credit report for error before applying. And to check your credit report, what you can do is you can go to Credit Karma or Identity IQ so that you can check your credit report with more accurate information. So choosing the best credit card. For example, you can choose Citi Double Cash, where it's offer low fee and long-term reward. So the key feature of it is it's going to offer you another 0% interest for up to 18 months. And also they would give you a long-term benefit of 2% cashback on all purchases. And make sure that you check out the list that I will put in the video description so that you have various lists of different credit cards that you can consider beside the Citi Double Cash. So here are some of the actionable steps that you need to do. Is number 1, research and compare different credit cards together. So I would say find a card with lower interest fee and valuable reward. Then you can compare, look at multiple options to find the best fit for your needs. And make sure that you read carefully the fine print to understand all the term and condition. Because when I first started this journey, I was kind of lazy to read it. But my mentor told me, hey, every single thing when it's come to business or money, read every single thing. It become a good habit so that it avoid me making mistake. Especially when you play with the bank money, always read. Always read, okay? Every transaction, everything, always read. And I want you to understand the risk, okay? So they will allow you 0% interest, but there is a condition. Is that you don't want to miss your monthly payment, because if you miss one monthly payment, they will put you back into the high interest rate. So how do we overcome that? It will come down to set up automatic payment to avoid penalty. What you can do, call the bank up, say, hey, I want to set an automatic payment for my credit card so that I can be within the 0% interest. Always pick up your phone and call the bank. And they can help you do all that work so that you don't have to figure things out. And number 2 is, by the end of the promotional period, be aware when the 0% interest period ends to avoid high interest rate. What I usually do is I would set a Google Calendar a month in advance. So a month in advance, when it's happened, then what I do, I would open a different credit card with 0% interest. And once they approve me, I usually call the bank, hey, I would love to do a balance transfer from, let's say, Chase to Bank of America, as an example. And the banker would assist you on that. So very simple, very easy. All you need, pick up the phone, dial in to the new bank and telling them, hey, I want to move my balance transfer over. So we talk about credit score impact. So when you're opening a new credit line, it can temporarily affect your credit score. Okay, keep that in mind. And there are 2 things that I want you to consider. Let's say if you are running your business under your personal line of credit, it will increase your utilization. So what I want you to do to avoid or minimize this impact is, number 1, let's say right now, your total line of credit on your personal side is about $10,000. I want you to call the bank up and say, hey, I would love to increase my personal credit line up to $30,000. And you can give them some reason, as I would buy some furniture for my family, or I would have an upcoming trip. So when the bank help you increase your line of credit up to $30,000, So when you start using your personal line of credit for your business, let's say $10,000, it will still be under the 30% authorization. So that is the key, okay? But on a flip side, different scenario where you are already have an LLC set up and you have your business line of credit, it will not affect your personal credit score, okay? Because in business, we are using a different grading system. It's called Paydex, and you can research more about it, but it would not hurt your personal credit score. What I want you to remember is do not open a business credit card with Capital One Spark. That one specifically will hurt your credit. So any other card is fine. Just make sure you don't open a Capital One Spark credit card. Okay. So here is think strategically. Remember, it's about providing temporary relief so that you can focus on your business growth. Let's say right now your business is growing, right? Just think of a good example. Let's say right now you're growing your business, and the first 6 months, for any kind of business, you have to always reinvest your money back into the business to grow it, to acquire more customer. Some business, it could take at least 12 months, depending on how competitive the market is. Just think of it as an example, just like your 9-to-5 jobs. If you were to apply into a very competitive industry, it's going to take longer for you to find a job that pay you, right? Same in business. For any competitive market, any competitive niche, or like Amazon product, the more competitive it is, the longer it is for you to turn a profit consistently after acquiring enough customer. So make sure that you plan accordingly and always give yourself more time than it needed. And my recommendation is always about 12 months minimum. Okay. So keep your cash within the business, move the balance over to a new card so that you can continue to grow the business without taking out the capital. And remember, this can be a safety net for you, just like using a life jacket in a rough water. Let's say there are some emergency of your business or let's say you need to scale. Make sure that you have a couple of different credit cards. So in case if things happen because there's a cost of doing business, you can always use this as a safety net for yourself. And make sure that you have a long-term vision. Use this strategy as a part of a broader financial plan for your business. Don't think short, okay? Business, everything is about long-term, at least 1 year or more. So here are some actionable steps for you. Is number 1, I want you to create a repayment plan. Number 1, calculate your total debt. Determine the total amount you plan to transfer over and divide it by months. Split the total by the number of 0% interest, APR, and set a monthly payment. Outline monthly payment to clear the balance within the 0% interest. And this can be applied toward your repayment plan, okay? And make sure that you factor in, let's say, for example, very important, I want you to remember. Let's say right now you borrow $10,000, right? And within the first 12 months, you don't want to pay like $1,000 every single month. That would pull a lot of cash out of your business. You want to pay only 3% of your total debt so that it's keep your business running and keep your capital in the business. And let's say after 12 months to 24 months, that's when you already start having enough profit. That's when you can start consolidating and pay off a lot more debt so that now you can play using the house money. So question and closing thoughts for you is, number 1, I encourage you to reflect on what is holding you guys back from starting this journey. Remember, starting a business, debt is inevitable. You would have to use debt to start and grow your business. For those that have a 9-to-5 job, but if you want to go into business full-time, I recommend to start small, okay? Just like when you first driving, if you never drive from point A to point B within the 10-mile radius, how can you make the trip from, let's say, Dallas to California, where it could be thousands of miles? You have to learn and start small. So take action on this journey, and also make sure that you subscribe for more resources. And we do have a weekly blog post about entrepreneurship and Amazon that you can opt into. Make sure that you check out the video description for more detail, and just evaluate your current plan, debt, and make a game plan. Remember, strategic financial management can be a powerful tool to scale your business.